right? Hitting the right click. All right, you ready to go? You ready? Oh, come on. Don't watch. Don't listen to that shit. Don't. I have a tab system open that's like LinkedIn and other annoyances. So yeah, just ignore that. Ignore that. That's not what we're here for today. What we're here to do is, oh my goodness, I also have not set up my tablet. What we are here for is we're gonna just like dig into some coding stuff. So like last night, if you watched, I had a big old rant about like the apps I wanted to make and how I felt about them and all that fun stuff that I love, which, you know, not like a ton of other people. Why did I move that up there? So today we're gonna dive into one of those apps. So what we're gonna tinker with today is an app called Swell. I'm gonna shift back here because obviously stuff has not been finished yet. But Swell is an application that I've been thinking of for quite some time, where it just talks about the idea of so it doesn't talk about the ideas, but like it's an app that what I want to do is I want to build. Yeah, I was looking at no, sorry, you're not seeing this. I was looking at Codeberg. That's what the. But what I want to do is I want to really sink into the idea of like what this app means and how it's going to help people and where it's really going to help people, which will probably be a good amount of this stream. I'm not going to lie. So like I think so like the structure of the application. Yeah, I just closed I was looking into Codeberg and like like what kind of not services Codeberg offers, but like what my app has to adhere to be on Codeberg, which I think this one will. So it might be a Codeberg situation. So versus something like GitHub or GitLab, it's just a new Git system that is oh, this is Lifra. My bad. I will shift to swell. It's swell open code. So I'm not gonna lie, I did generate a good chunk of this before. It's like swell Android. Come on, where is it? It's like swell open code. There we go. This window. So the idea of this app is really trying to pull together. Why is glasses here? Is that like a default app now? I don't think I've ever installed this. I didn't know about this. Just bring me home. That's fine. That's something I will think about and tinker with later. It's like being Sherlocked, right? And that's just kind of how the system works, how the things function. So the general idea of this app is give me one sec. I want to post something in this. So like I'm part of a like a group that's been part of this hackathon, which is Shipathon. I think it's like 99% it's run by Revenue Cat. I think that was Sarah liking my... Oh no, that was somebody talking to me about pizza. Yeah, right. Okay, so what I'm gonna do what is this? I've never had this before. Do need to start. Social. All right. So what is going on here? So I'm not gonna lie, I vibe coded a bunch of this. Like all of this has been vibe coded, like, so there's this idea of having like a home page, a journey page. Is the home page not the middle? It's not the middle. Scaffold, swell, horizontal pager. What is the pager state is page count 3. There's also like initial page is 1 in this case. An initial. Why is this not working? Flow count, page count. Oh, it's failing on the actual like imports. So maybe let me just rebuild and see what's going on there. Okay, so that rebuilds. And then if I hit run here, it should rebuild as well, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, initial page 1, there we go. We're on the urge page. Perfect. Now what? Now, so the things that I really want to work on are like managing things. So for this app, the entire idea of the app is that there's like addictive patterns that somebody might have. I've been somebody that has been subject to these. Oh, vortism, yes. ML models. What about ML models? How are they used is a... How are they used is a very big question. Yeah, so like, please, yeah, as in. But I can play this now. Say if I made a model, ML model, how would I serve it to my users? Do I run it on a separate server? And I guess the alternate option is like run it locally. That would be my assumption. Vortism. So to run it on a server, it just means that you have like it adds a little bit of complexity right there where. So in most cases, it's going to be on a separate server. It's very much going to be on a separate server. That's how like nearly everything that's happening with AI is happening now. If you have an iPhone specifically, if you have like ML used specifically on iOS devices, they have put forward a new system where like a lot of things are being run locally, and also Google now has like nano devices, right, or nano models that run on the devices as you need. I haven't tinkered with them enough as I should, but it's something there. But you don't necessarily need to abstract to those larger models. The thing that I would say is that those larger models are going to be a lot smarter. By smarter, I mean that they're going to take in a lot of context, and they're going to understand that context a little bit more, which is a good thing to have. But they're not. They also might have too much context in some way, right? Where like if somebody knows too much about a system, then they might make assumptions about other things. But yeah, so most integrations with models are going to be remote. That would be my assumption. Is that what you're working with? and it really comes down to just like the intelligence of that model based on how powerful the processor is. Is it bad for a web developer or an app developer to get into ML? No, no. I do believe that there's a bubble that's happening, right? We're seeing like a bubble in ML, but so I see it as a I gotta shift cameras for this. So I see ML as like a similar thing to, like, it's not even similar at all, but it has a similar effect in this very specific way that I'm going to talk about. Let's say that, like in this very specific way, where like it was a, and I'm not saying .NET in the language, just like the dot internet like phase of the late 1990s. I mean, I was 9 at that point. I was born in 1992, right? So this is not something that I have an incredible experience with, but I've read a lot of things about it. But the idea is there that there was a new technology that came out, and there was a lot of really I don't want to say incorrect or bad ways, but I don't know of a better way to say that right now, where like there was like capitalistic ways, let's say, of integrating these technologies, of just like, how can people make money quick? How can that happen, right? So .NET was like, it was like the .NET boom of stealing music, stealing a bunch of things, which still happens, and I think that's a separate conversation. But so my point is that .NET boomed and then died, and then but it still exists, right? Like the idea of the internet, right? And when we're on that uptick, right, of just people thinking that, I want to say it like .NET, the internet, is a good thing to have, right? Like where we skyrocketed to the bad things. And this is something that I guess this is my entire take, right? Is that fundamentally I believe that humans exploit things first. Oh, this might not be a good thing to say. I'm gonna say it anyways. So humans exploit things first, and then we figure out how they actually function. Right? At least that's been my way of understanding tech, where like AI has been exploited like crazy, and it's being used to like redistribute the internet to us. It's being used to redistribute like human intelligence to us in a way that various companies understand how they're doing it, right? Like they're fantastic at marketing. They're good at all that kind of stuff. So like, is it good to learn AI? I think I don't believe that it's good to use AI in the current format that it's in. And the way I'm going to explain that is, like, right now it's just like you give information and you get out information. It's like an information mutator. And I think that there's a better way of this technology working that does not exist yet. I don't know what that is. I have some ideas in my mind, like if I were to, I know that there's some plugins that exist, for example, where I can say like, hey, look at this code, and then like I hit something and then say like refactor it to be more efficient, or like I've named a function, I know what that function wants to do, I just don't necessarily want to code all those things, and then I like highlight that. But like the larger aspects of like how to program, I think are extremely good to know still. And like learning those things will only be good not only be good for you, because they're not going to help you necessarily like learn like the way that I always try to talk about it is use AI as a tool, not necessarily a solution, right? So if you know how to do something and you know how to understand that thing, then use AI to solve those problems that you might not care about or that you are really trying to not dive into immediately. What your fear was? I mean, but I think also the thing that I would be wary about is learning from AI, right? And this is something that I have no experience with, and I can't have experience with, or I can, but I can have it in like other fields of expertise, right? Like if I want to learn, like I know how to cook, I know how to cook the way I like, but like if I want to be a better cook, like I don't have a like coach. Is that I'm switching domains without mastering it. But ML interests me too. Hey, it's I guess like another question is like, what do you think about ML? Like what about it interests you? Is it like the diving into is it like the diving into the structure of matrices and transformers that interest you? Because that's also like a completely different conversation. Oh, that part. I'm assuming yes means like that interests you. Then do it, because like also that kind of thing is only going to help you be a better developer, right? Like maybe ML isn't the end goal, right? But like learning matrix math, learning transformers, learning like structuring data and how it gets fed into something. It wouldn't. It would be more back-end development. That's very true. Very true. So if it depends on what your goal is then, right? I do think that these things, like you're talking about web development and like ML interests and just like all those things are connected, right? In a way of so I don't know how effective this is going to be on web. I know I haven't coded in like a minute, so I'm going to switch back here. But the like there are ways that I mentioned where I can like build, not maybe build, but just integrate ML models locally. Or who's maybe been a web dev and also in ML. I want to say yes. I really want to say yes. I can't think of their names, but I very much believe that I've run into somebody at that point. I think. Okay, so also you said that could it is that they so you said because all I've heard is that they specialize in one field. I feel like especially web developers in my experience are developers that need to really push into multiple fields, right? Just because a lot of web developers end up being like full stack developers or back-end developers in the same way. So if you're looking to be a full-on front-end developer, like Android and iOS are a different beast in a way that they are native and also usually not the same language as the back end, where in a lot of situations where React Native or I'm assuming you're talking about not React Native but like JavaScript in some way, shape, or form. Like JavaScript can be on the back end, so can Kotlin now, so can Java in the way back ways. You incline towards backend more, then I mean, hey, the things that I would suggest looking into then are the ones that I've been seeing the most prolific recently are Go. Go is really good, and it's to me it's like a conversation about. Have you heard the parable about like teach a person to fish versus teaching them to eat a fish, or like give them a fish, right? Where it's this idea of like if I give somebody a fish, they eat for a day. If I teach somebody how to fish, they eat for the rest of their life, right? You said yes. You said yes. But so like learn the fundamental frameworks, and then the ML will be easy. Like ML is not easy. This is actually a way I want to say this. Yes, I don't have code responses, so I'm gonna go back to here. But like, I'm not good at building an AI server. I don't even think I'm good at that, but like I'm not good at building an AI server or building an app because I learned like how to write these small little things, right? Like I learned it because I was really involved in the language, and then I learned how to like abstract the language, right? So how I can build repositories or data sources or things to then really. Yeah, they do. The frameworks come and go all the time. I've been through. I mean, it's very less on mobile, but yeah, frameworks come and go. Just learn the language, learn the things, and then you start to become better at, or at least I felt like I started to become better at this idea of where I could really focus in on the things that I liked about it, and then also like abstract and find those weird fun things outside of my purview, right? That the community also brought in, right? Which might be ML frameworks, or it might be video frameworks, or it might be whatever frameworks, right? Yeah, like I mean, let me think. Like, out of the frameworks that I used to use, Cordova is dead. Meteor is dead. I will say Xamarin is dead. I don't think Xamarin is dead, but it will be. Yeah, no. That was the wrong button. Yeah, I guess like. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna go further. If you want more questions, I have more thoughts, but I just wanna be clear that yeah, like learn what interests you. That's helped me the most, and I don't think that was as clear as I wanted it to be, but I also have these pop-up posts coming super early. So the point of this app is, I mean, I'll probably have to say this at some point. I've had an addictive problem with alcohol for quite some time, right? So Shipathon is a hackathon that's happening over the next 2 months. So I have a little less than 60 days to like build an app effectively, right? So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build an app. What is it based on? It's based on like not doing addictive things, but like understanding where you are in your journey through addictive urges, right? So if anybody's been through an addictive thing, there may be, if you've talked to a therapist, like maybe tools that exist that are for your specific thing, right? So like the ones that I've been having a really good result with are Play the Tape Forward, and then also Halt, And there's also urge jars. So these are ones that I'm focusing on right now. And what I want to do is I really want to focus on how I'm going to store these in the database, right? So like halt tips, like if I'm angry, lonely, tired, there might be other things that people want to add here. Also urge jars. So like an urge jar is this idea where if you're feeling an urge, you might say like, I'm going to go play drums. Right, and then I hit escape, so I gotta fix that. So I might say like play drums, and then this might be something when I go to home and then hit urge, and then I hit halt. That should be there. Okay, there's a lot of things I need to fix. I mean, I'm not at this hackathon. It's if you want to take a look at it, I should have put the it's a shipathon. It's in also, so it's hosted by Revenue Cat, which no, it's just online. So yeah, like do your thing, have fun. And hey, if you want to work together, I'm going to be making this open source. As you can see, there's a bunch of things I don't normally do. Like 8DP right there. I need to make some skills or just... I guess like I would like... So I just thought about that when I said like the vertical is 8DP. Autism, like the idea that I know why this is bad. I think this is bad. I know, 100K. But I know that the idea of putting like a vertical 8DP is bad. And why do I know that? Because like if you have some spacing that your designers have put in and then all of a sudden like one of the views changes versus another, like you have misaligned views. Well, and it's not great. So like these are things that, this is kind of going back to your question about like should you learn AI? Like AI will do this if you don't tell them to. And I forgot to. I generated this, right? And I forgot to say like, oh, abstract the spacing into like the theming, right? And it makes me worry about the things that like others have forgotten or others that haven't prompted, and then something like felt good, right? Which is where I get very scared about AI, of where things like feel good, but they're not in the project, the team's, or the company's best effort. So what I want to do is, I think today, I want to figure out how I can, so there's 4 tools that you can use right now. Oh, it's not going anywhere. Like AI. Sorry. To repeat, Vortism. I think AI is not going anywhere any soon. It's not. But I think the output that we can get from AI and the work that people do into skills, or also building like good applications that really structure themselves well, I I don't think it's going anywhere soon. We also have like, I don't have my server here now, but like I have an AI server that sits beside me. It's not as smart as like the big ones that are running on like 10,000 GPUs or whatever. So like I do believe this kind of goes back to where I said before, right? Like where I do believe it's going to shift down to this, like, you know, if I have like a small company that has very specific coding standards and very specific ideas about how their product should be worked on. How does the local server help? It doesn't. So I run local AI models on that server. So the key is that I'm not putting in. So there's Wordism, you asked so many good questions. Oh, come on, man. So many good questions. So how does it help? To me, at least the way I think it helps is that I'm not really pushing money into OpenAI or Anthropic, right? Like, I've had friends, or I know people that are doing the same hackathon. No, you're not being annoying. Trust me. I love these questions. But yeah, like I don't think that. Oh wait, what was my thought process there? I forget what I was saying, so I might need to restructure my thoughts. But the idea that, what were your questions? Do you think people's bubble is gonna bust? I was keep injecting money into it. How does the local server? How does a local server help? It helps. It helps to not. I believe it helps to not fund the data centers that exist, and the ways that I believe this actually has a No, it does not match the intelligence that Claude provides. So like local models, they're as smart as your local machine, right? So if you like OpenAI, Anthropic, they have like millions of dollars of GPUs and RAM and stuff like that, where they're just gonna go off on that. So the stuff that I have on like a local Mac Mini, it's very stupid in regard to that, right? Like it's not going to be able to build like the stronger context. But I don't believe that these like larger models are going to have any sort of, like, they're obviously having an impact, but how do they stay sustainable, right? Like as a product of like trying to build out intelligence, right? They've built out, I feel like I've lost the plot. Yeah, going back to local models and AI, local models are not going to be as strong unless you have a crazy system. But I mean, what I've been trying to avoid that last question you asked, like why do people use them if they don't match the intelligence? I believe there's something you said there that made me think that there's like this idea of intelligence now, which is now being sold to people, right? So I don't believe that I think humans, I believe, I don't believe that humans are dumb. I believe they're lazy. and like if something can answer a small question, right? Like the way that Google worked, the way that various other software things worked. Yeah, like intelligence is the wrong word, right? But also if I think about it in like the D&D way, I think a lot of people are intelligent, but they might not be wise. Right? Like there's wisdom and intelligence as a different stat for a very good reason. Right? And wisdom is like how you look at the world before you and interact with it. And then intelligence is just how you like interact with information. Yeah, it's like allowing you to be lazy, and then I even find myself getting a little bit more lazy, right? Where like I go like, I can't figure this out. What if I just throw it at AI? But then I'm like, people are a little bit lazy. I believe, and this is okay. The way I want to say this, the way that I really want to say it is that but the idea that like people are lazy because it allows them to do the things that they want to do all the time, right? Like, you know, I know a lot of people that are like, I don't want to code, I don't want to do whatever, I want to like live my own life. I don't mean this in a rude way. No idea what local models are used for. I don't think you're being rude. I really don't think you're being rude. I want to be very, very, very clear about that. I'm more so trying not to be rude because, yeah, there are thoughts in my brain that could be rude, but I'm really trying not to say them because I don't like the second I second guess them, I don't think that they are true. Right? So local models are used for. So I use them, for example. Let's dive in. Oh, hey PK. The bar is getting lower. Yes, PK. I can't just hear message. Local models are used for. So I haven't used a ton of local models yet for this project, but like the things that I really dive into with local models, I know I'm not typing. I haven't been typing for a very long time. Might need to take a quick break after this. But the idea that I've been talking about quite a bit is like, so there are things in programming that I think can be abstracted, right? So some examples of this are these like hard-coded strings, right? So abstracting those to other files that could be helpful would be a big one. Why do I have hiccups? So the idea of like having a string that's hard coded here in English, right? Like Vortism, I'm not sure what your native language is, but like in Canada, we have to have something in English and French, right? So pulling that out into something that's a little bit more understandable, like a key that is specific to the, so this is page or nav button, right? So in this case, if I wanted to pull this string out into a string resource, I would say like, hey, tools, this is like there's two ways I could do this. This is the label, like this would be the homepage bottom tab label 1 or 0, depending on how I want to index it, right? So, and then I would have page nav button home. So there's also another way of doing it where I could say like I wanted to have a label that is like pager nav previous, pager nav home, pager nav next, which I think might be, I think that's the way I actually want to handle it. And that might be a little bit more weird, but also I like it because I get to like it. Could you train your local model on this specific project and then run it, and then it runs free of cost? Yes and no. So I can run the local model so that it understands my project and does these things. Training it costs a lot of money and a lot of like resources. So it's more so the like I can run them free of cost. Training is a little bit harder, if that makes sense. And I'm on like chapter one, but I'm really trying to read this like how to build an LLM book of just understanding that. But yeah, training is super expensive, and running something is, I don't want to say like not expensive, but also not like incredibly expensive. And PK, sorry, I was looking at a different chat. People starting easier, which I agree with. I want to say this. Yes, that is correct. I don't think I have a good response there, but no, you are correct. I think there's some danger in that as well. This is how I want to say it. I think there's some danger in that as well, where this is like a maybe a bad way to say it, but like if I was a new developer, like this is the way that I grew up learning software development, so I'm definitely biased there. I will agree, I'm biased there. I learned Java, I learned something like Python, I learned C++ first. There's a lot of languages that have, and I don't think PK you've been saying this, but there's a lot of languages that have come out where I feel like they don't necessarily build up the developer community. They build up easy ways to build things. And there's a certain amount of me that does believe that building something should be hard. Like it should be earned. And that's not to say that you're like intelligent or smart enough or whatever to do it, but like you have to do it, right? Like you build it, you get it done, you are, Yeah, honing your problem solving ability, and then it's gonna make you better for the world that exists in front of you. But this like situation that we're in right now, it almost seems like instant, right? Where like I get to say like I want a thing, like I've done it a few times, and I'm not saying it's bad, but they like if you are using it to, and I've said this before, if you're using it to solution your problems versus like supplement your problems. Actually, yeah, Vortism, you said it. Now that I'm saying those things, I'm just reiterating what you said. Basically, honing your problem solving ability, right? Yes. That's yes, but the broader context, it would be impossible for people to always start from zero and expect. No, I agree. I agree, PK, 100%, 100%. It's hard, right? I think it's also at the same time I think it's hurting people and helping people. And oh, people are definitely not bored these days. I think I believe that people are more so. Yeah. Oh, this is a fun conversation. Right. I need to. I'm gonna take like a 5-minute break, then I'll be right back. But yeah, it's all and I know I haven't worked on this a ton today, but like this is the app that I've really wanted to work on. That's it's not pushing anything to like social media. It's not pushing anything to marketing. It's just an app that I hope helps people. I hope. And I'm not gonna lie, I did generate a good chunk of it, and now I'm gonna fix it all. All right, let me check out what PK said. Protocol 6. So the other thing I want to say, PK, is because you said yes, the broader context is it would be impossible for people to always start from zero and expect to move further. Do you mean that I am assuming? Are you saying that I'm assuming that people are starting from zero? That's something I always do. I will say yes. Do you share the 100K with us when you win? I mean, depends on how much you sub in, but also if you have those Twitch subs or Amazon subs, let's make Bezos a little bit more All right, I'm gonna take a little break, and then we will dive into all this. I'm having fun. I'm having a great time. So I will be right back. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Be right back. My bad. All right, so what are we doing? Initial page 1. What I want to do is also add in like the tools. Tools, what are they? So what do I use to generate? So I don't want to say like a good answer for this, because I mostly use open code. That's what I use to generate, and open code as a harness. But I also use Big Pickle, I guess, is like the one that I really lean on. The one that I found I can't lean on, so I haven't used Claude in the past like a while, so I don't think I can answer there. But I would say anti-gravity has not been good. I don't think it's. I don't believe that anti-gravity writes. It doesn't write code that I would be happy with. Let's say that. PK, did you watch my recent video on like what is a developer? Sorry, is a calculator good at math, right? So like, I do believe that with the right prompt, the right guidance, the right skills, the right everything, that AI can build good code. But you have to understand how those things work, and also using AI as using AI as a coding tool for learning how to code is going to bring you to a situation where, I believe it's going to bring you to a situation where you're probably going to build like not the most generic code. Hey, if you're here, you're interested in. So OpenCode, their main model is Big Pickle. So if you install OpenCode, then you're good there. PK. Yeah. Yeah, it's a model that runs very specific. I don't even know what the specific things are. I'm not trying to say that. So how do I want to say this? There's also security issues that I have with AI models, right? Where like if I'm using Claude, and I haven't used it in a while, probably since like Opus 4 or 3 or something, and it's just not. I don't know how to say this right now. I don't think I have enough experience with like super high language models, but my thoughts on them, like super powerful language models, but my thoughts on them are that they are relatively relatively, and also pretty actively. Like, plagiarizing lying machines, which happens to me a lot in code, where I get code that's hallucinated, or you don't like Claude at all. I don't really get time to learn everything from scratch. Sorry, so I don't like Claude at all from PK. This is practically useless. I mean, I was trying to be a little bit like defensive about that, but yeah, I agree. See me having right, favoritism, right? Like there's so much that's going on that's I'm in kind of like the boat that I just want to like code some cool things and build some cool things. It was reported 3 hours ago? Oh no. Let's take a look. 6 hours, 4 hours, 3 days, 3 days. All right. I don't know. This might be different. It's hard to say. Also from MSN, so. So what was it? I need to look at this now. Not like a security crazed person, but like this is interesting. So supply chain attacks attack affects hundreds of packages. NPM is just like, come on, the amount of things that have happened to NPM over the past 2 years are like fundamental to how I think about software. I don't know if like Gradle or like Maven. I know Maven has run into issues where multiple things are okay. So I need to read this. All right. So self-propagating malware chain drop has comprised more than 1,300 packages, 2 billion monthly downloads. Come on. Infected packages include very popular ones: Kiev, cacheable, flat cache. I've heard of Kiev. Kiev? Is that how you pronounce it? Service Titan. Oh, that's huge. So supply chain attacks started with a threat after compromising GitHub, Kiev's maintainer, and quickly spread to packages. Why is Service Titan using? I know they're a big corporation. Come on. Multiple application security companies spotted the attack and discovered. Researchers say the attacker published malicious files directly to the project's main branches and then generated new package releases. So what does that mean? The poison packages contain 2 files, the setup MJS What is MJS? So apparently NPM is just the supply chain. There's hundreds of packages. I don't know which ones. They are part of this math symbol. But like, okay, let's read through. Let's read through. But like, let's say that, so is this something to worry about? Maintainer. The thing that's concerning to me is these. After downloading the bun, oh, bun was... So... So Bun was not... Bun was... fucked with recently. 3 vulnerabilities, 1 high, 2 moderate. Hit all the dependencies. This seems... Why was I there before? Bun audit. Is this a hidden page? Fuck off, Bun. Come on. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let me look at this more. Bun audit exists with code 0, code 1. What? What is this? Including when JSON is passed. Come on. I don't know exactly what happened, but it seems like there was a critical thing within Bun. I mean, I know that Bun had a Okay, I'm just gonna code. So what I want to do is look into .sq. Come on. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Tickle with the light. Come on, don't put everything. So it's not here. Okay, okay, okay. So, AI sucked at this. It was super terrible. And so what I want, let's build like, I want a verge screen. Build this small. So we have an urge. Okay, so I'm starting to think about like use cases. So we have an urge, we have a like detail management. And what do we want from there? We want, wait, no, I'm overthinking. It's not detail management, it's something else. There's something that I need to. Come on. No, it's two. Okay, it's two. It's two. Engineer. Yeah. Let's run this. So what do I want? What do I want? I want an urge button. I want tools. I want journey. I want things that really help me. What happened? I don't know. Sorry. I want if I can... No, that's not good. That's good. Like the... If I click... I think this is the one I want to focus on. Okay, so... On. Nope. Come on. Come on. Maybe it's something more than just HALT. And just go here. What? Okay. Why? This sucks. Okay, so what I'm thinking is like this. Yeah. Thank you for 102. should all tips. Alright, let's fix this. I want to build this in a way where it's not gonna work. Come on, serializable. Okay, so what's happening here? What's happening is repository is we are like so. Come on. Come on. Sure, I thought. Nothing's bad there. Like ID, you need one. Timestamp. Maybe let's split that into like grade versus long severity. Good. Good night, PK. Triggers, location, successful. Is it Cozy? Are you still here? How am I designing? I'm being very understanding that I'm not a designer. But I'm thinking about how to design things. Time span. Play the tape. I'm trying to think about how this works, right? It's a good song. Right. Need to Maybe. Hey, what can I do? Come on. Got this. Why? I think I know what to do. I know what to do. Come on. Why are you so angry at me? What am I doing right now? Come on. Come on, come on. We got this. We got this, right? We're doing a small. It's got a bulge. It's gotta just be something that you don't understand that is a thing for you. My goodness. Why?